Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another first Descendant video. So we got the dev stream earlier today, a lot of new content here. So I wanted to summarize this in a shorter video and cover the more important things in a little more detail and then mention the other improvements because there are some really good unexpected things coming in the game, at least for me. So first up, let's talk about INES RAYA. She's coming on the 16th. She's an electric descendant, and as we were guessing, she's electric tech, but the second ability is electric singular. So first and third abilities are singular, second and fourth are tech. Again, we'll see how to build her, but initially what they showed, she seems like more towards electric and tech perhaps. But again, electric singular could also work because the ultimate, the fourth one would be tech, and depending on how you build her, you may want to try different things. One of the Transcendent mod actually increases her critical hit rate based on how much MP she has. So that would be interesting. You'll need to have a lot of MP to get more crit hit rates, and then you can also charge up with I think the third ability and do a lot of damage in front of her. So very interesting setup, not exactly similar to some of the other descendants. So she seems like interesting. She does a lot of damage to a lot of enemies based on what we were seeing here. Now regarding her farming, what they said here was basically void vessel. They'll replace the Keelan boxes on the hard void vessel and put INES RAYA boxes instead, and Keelan will go to the normal difficulty void vessel run. So pretty straightforward. Same thing as we did with Keelan. Instead of that, we'll have to do. So you'll have the INES RAYA box, you'll have the fellow box, and like two fellow boxes and two INES RAYA boxes on the hard difficulty, and on the normal difficulty, you'll have a Keelan box and the fellow box. So you can get her by farming the hard difficulty. So nothing too drastic here, and I think it works. All right, next up, let's talk about the main new content update, and that is the Void Erosion. So Void Erosion will be a 20-stage difficulty sort of mission that will be in two different locations, repurposed missions basically. So one of them, by the looks of it, seems to be the boss room from the old mystery. That seems to have been repurposed, and the other one I think is the one in Fortress, the final one that you get. So it seems to have been repurposed, and you have to clear every wave of all the enemies. Then you get a named monster, named Commander, Elite, whatever. And when you clear that, then you can move on to the next stage. So initially they'll be starting this off with 20 stages. And then in the future update in February 6th, they'll add more stages. So it will be like 30 stages in total. So this should be interesting. And from the slides and what they were showing in the background, it seems the enemies, the monsters are like 160 level or something, so that should be quite challenging. And when you finish this, you'll get the weapon core unlock items, cores basically, that can improve your gun. So that is the next thing I wanted to mention here. So what they're doing now with the weapon core unlock is they'll assign an attribute to some of the ultimate weapons over here. So as you can see here, they have selected some weapons, and these guns will have fire attribute. This will be on top of whatever you have modded. So let's say if you have a chill mod on your gun, and then this gun is a, let's say the divine punishment is now a fire weapon, both of those attributes will work. Nothing changes on the main weapon. This another attribute gets added to some of these weapons. So for example, final masterpiece gets the chill, electric is beam rifle, Voltia, scout rifle, so on. Submachine gun, now they said Viper here, this is probably Python translation error. But yeah, toxic, assault rifle. So these will be extra attributes added to the guns. Now with the cores that you collect from the Void Erosion Purge missions, you can add attributes to your guns, and you'll have multiple cores and things that you can do. Each will add more stuff to the gun. Basically, more mods. There definitely seem to be like more mods that you can add to the gun, perhaps to deal with the higher difficulty monsters. So these are the different core types that you can implement. You get one sort of free slot, one or two, and the rest are basically these things here, tactical and firearm augmentation. So more firearm attack against Colossus, things like that. So basically you can see these look like the same mods, but you can add a few more things to improve the guns further. Next, they showed off some skins for INES RAYA that she'll be launching with. I think these are like the normal premium skins or something, because these two look like recolors. This one, she looks like Haley, to be honest here. And of course, this one will probably be the one that sells the most. Another interesting stat they shared here is the Infernal Walker kills. So almost 3.5 million kills on the Infernal Walker. with a 65% success rate, and 15,677 different players unlocked a cosmetic from these Infernal Walker thing. And these were the top 5 characters. You had Haley, VSM, makes sense, Cold Descendants, then Freyna, surprisingly, Bunny, and Valby. Now, I've rarely seen a Bunny in all my runs at the Infernal Walker, so that is very interesting. But yeah, a lot of bunnies here as well, surprisingly. Now, the Defiler boss, which is the next Void Abyss boss, is basically a stronger Devourer, because he's also the toxic attribute, just like the Devourer, and has the similar gameplay mechanics as you can see here in the background. So he seems like a similar boss to Devourer, but just more powerful, and it'll work like the Void Abyss. And yeah, you can see here the Electric Descendant, the new Descendant was electric, so I'm guessing Electric Descendants will excel here. Bunny, Sharon, and now INES RAYA. So with the Infernal Walker, we were going there with Viesa and Haley. Now you can go with the Electric Descendants because this guy is toxic. Then they shared the cosmetics that you get from the Defiler. So you have the male and female cosmetics and the back attachment. Now, again, it'll depend how these look, but in my opinion, these look slightly better than the Infernal Walker cosmetic sets that we got. At least the male ones look pretty good, in my opinion. Female ones are okay as well. The back attachment, again, looks interesting. And of course, you can recolor and stuff like that. Obviously, without the helmets, I think they work better, in my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you think about these. I think these are slightly better than the Infernal Walker ones. By the way, side note here, because they mentioned this later in the video, the green vouchers that you get from defeating Infernal Walker, you can use the same ones. The vouchers are not going to change, and the cosmetics are also not going away. So when the Defiler comes out, Infernal Walker will go away, but you can still use the vouchers. You'll still get the same vouchers, and you'll also have the Infernal Walker cosmetics available at ETA. So if you'll have both sets of cosmetics available to you, and if you want to use, let's say, buy the Infernal Walker cosmetics, you can still buy them. Both sets will be available, and you can keep getting them. But keep in mind, these cosmetics are a Season 2 exclusive only. They'll only be available until the end of Season 2. So if you really wanted some of these, you can get them now. Next, another very interesting thing that was completely unexpected as far as I'm concerned is going to be the research for advanced shape stabilizers. You can now research these things. So what they've done is the hard special operations will drop a material called supersaturated solution. And you can use these to craft or research these advanced shape stabilizers. This is a game changer as far as the rewards are concerned and all the grinding and farming for ultimate descendants and ultimate guns. So you can run these special operations over and over, collect a lot of these super saturated solutions, and then farm up a bunch of these advanced shape stabilizers. So for any future ultimate descendants or guns coming out, they should be a piece of cake now, unless these things are very rare to drop. But yeah, that is going to be a really big game changer in my opinion. They did say they are going to change the hard special operations in the second update. So the one at White Knight Gulch will be moving to Sterile Land, and the one in Fortress will be moving to Echo Swamp. Now, another small feature that they mentioned here is the option to copy and paste your mod loadout. So, for example, here you have these mods on the Sharon area suppression build. You can copy these and paste them onto your second preset or something. Now, they also said something very interesting, which is they are planning to add an option for you to view other players' loadouts and copy those as well. They said that won't be coming with this update, but it will be available hopefully in the March update. Now, next up, we have reworks for Jayber, Lunar, and Valby. Now, unfortunately, I don't play Jayber or Lunar like at all. I've only briefly just unlocked them, leveled them up to 40, and that was it. So, but what they were saying was Jayber can now summon these faster. They can you don't have to retrieve them to like place another one, and the gun damage type is now going to be explosive, making it easier to hit these turrets. Now for Luna, they've made it so that she can jump on her hoverboard, and all the other abilities are easier. They're not as challenging with the shooting mechanics. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't really know the ins and outs of how Luna works, so I can't give you more detail. But what I'll do is towards the end of the video, I'll just leave this section here. It's a short section where they explain all the things. You can watch that if you are a Luna Jayber player. And the third Descendant was Valby, and with Valby, she can now jump on the in her third ability when she's putting the water. Range is going to be increased, cooldowns changes. The fourth, she can shoot faster, the bomb thing, and you create bigger and bigger bubbles. So Valby looks like she's getting an insane buff here. And in my opinion, she could be pushing Freyna now because she looks very, very strong. Now, another change is Frostwalker and Obstructor are also going to be solo now. So which means basically just Deathstalker will be the only void boss that will be a public only. All the others will now be soloable. Now, another change that a lot of people were asking for was the return of the Battle Pass weapons from pre-season, Season 1. And on the 16th of January, we will be getting Sigvoris Proof back. So this was the launcher that was in the pre-season Battle Pass. This will be coming back and you can trade it with, I think, ETA or something. But yeah, this will be coming back, and then in March they'll have the other gun which was in Season 1, which was Excava. So that will also be coming back. Another thing they're adding is the option to hide the back weapon with this update, and you can also stalk your friends and see when they're playing the game basically. So you can see your friends' login times, and also some bosses will have those orbs removed. They did not mention who they were, but I think some of them are going to get those removed as well. Next up, they showed off the new skins coming with this update. So there'll be a new Lunar New Year event with a lot of skins and other in-game activities. And so these are the skins that will be available: 3 for the females, 1 for the male, which was pretty cool. They did not show more of it, but this looks pretty good, like a cyber ninja type thing. All of these skins will be common skins, so all of these can be equipped with all of your descendants. So this one for all the males and these 3 for all the females. And yeah, they were going for like a theme with a Chinese, Korean, and Japanese theme with these things. Now they look all right. We'll have a look. They showed a little bit of gameplay as well. So they showed off a little bit of the skins as well. I think this is Haley over here. Yeah, definitely that was Haley. Then they'll have some more lunar themed events around this. We got a brief glimpse of this with the patch yesterday where they accidentally put some items here. So yeah, more textures and stuff, and we'll have this sort of look to Albion with the theme. A New Year's event will also happen where you'll get some free items and stuff, things like advanced shape stabilizers, crystallization catalyst. Now, the good thing with this event is this will be an in-game event only. So previously they've had some web events where you had to go to the website and there were issues, people forgot, there were login issues. So they've realized that, and this is going to be only in-game, and this will be from the 16th of January until the 13th of February, where you'll have the next update for the Valentine's Day and stuff like that. They also briefly discussed about the future updates. So basically what they'll be doing is 16th will be the main update, and then they'll have another update on the 6th of February where they'll add leaderboards to the Void Erosion along with more stages to it. And keyboard and mouse support is also coming to consoles. That was a big update. So yeah, that is it basically. And then the 13th will have more updates, more skins, Valentine's Day, and things like that. But overall, I'm happy with what they have shown here. Seems everything is pretty straightforward. Farming INES would be pretty easy. We've already collected a bunch of reactors if you're like me. And the Void Erosion looks pretty good. I've been trying to build up Descendants and finding the right reactors to make them as powerful as possible. And because we have 3 different types of enemy factions, one is weak to toxic, one is weak to electric, one is weak to chill. Those are the 3 descendants I kept seeing. So if you see the early footage they were showing in the background here, you either had Freyna, you had Viesa, or you had the new INES Raya descendant. All of them were going through these Void Erosion missions. So I'm guessing these will be the good descendants that you can use. However, with the option of the weapon core unlocking, you will get certain attributes to the gun as well, even if you don't have mods for it. So in order to make the non-element descendants also work in these missions. So that should be interesting. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy. Looking forward to this update. I'll try and get ready for this, farm some more reactors, have like 3 solid descendants. I do have like a strong bunny, Viesa, Freyna. I think I have pretty much everything in line, like the perfect reactors and everything. So I'll just make sure to enhance them to 5. And yeah, the guns look like they might be a little more usable here as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, the enemy levels seem to be much higher here. 160 was what I saw briefly in the clip here. So yeah, that is pretty good. Anyway, hopefully this is fun. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I'll leave you with the updates to Lunar, Jayber, and Valby so that those of you who play her, you can understand it better.
Sungwoo, can you share more details about the changes on each Descendant?
먼저 제이버입니다. 제이버는 터릿 설치의 편의성이 개선되었습니다. 그래서 소환된 터릿이 있는 상황에서 스킬을 다시 사용할 때 별도의 회수 단계 없이 바로 터릿을 사용할 수 있도록 우선 개선되었습니다.
For Jayber, we made it easier to summon turrets. When using a skill while you already have a summoned turret, you can now do so directly without retrieving the old one first.
네, 그리고 다목적 총 영상으로 보시는 것처럼 기존하고 타입이 바뀌어서 폭발형으로 변경이 됐습니다. 그래서 터릿 강화도 조금 더 쉽게 할 수 있고요.
As you can see on the screen, his multi-purpose gun has changed into an explosive type, enabling easier turret enhancement.
네, 거기에 제이버 모듈이었던 치유 강화제 스킬 모듈도 개선이 되어서 터릿 동기와 효과에 방어력이 더해지게 되었습니다.
The medical compulsion skill module has also been improved.
네, 이거 다목적 총이 폭발형으로 바뀌는 거 정말 마음에 들어요. 네.
I really like the idea of explosive multi-purpose gun.
네, 저거 정확하게 맞추려고 막 전투하다가 조준하는 거 좀 힘들었거든요.
It has been very hard to aim the target.
네, 그리고 다음 계승자는 루나입니다. 네, 많은 분들이 기대하시는 루나. 왠지 루나는 이렇게 춤을 추면서 설명을 해야 될 것
Next up
같은데.
is Lunar.
네, 일단 우선적으로 루나는
하시는 거 아니었어요?
지금 하겠습니다. 먼저 빌드업 과정이 단축되어서 플레이어 난이도가 많이 낮아졌습니다.
The play difficulty has been lowered with a shorter build-up.
네, 그리고 음악과 노트가 강화 스킬을 사용할 때에만 변경하도록 일단 수정이 되었고요.
And with new updates, music and notes are changed only when using enhanced skills.
네, 그리고 강화 스킬 중에도 이동과 점프가 가능하도록 수정이 되었습니다. 그리고 네, 스킬 효과가 스킬 지속 시간 증가에 영향을 받도록 좀 개선이 되었거든요.
Moving and jumping are now allowed during enhanced skills, and skill effects are affected by the skill duration up.
네, 그리고 전반적으로 노트 판정 실패로 인한 페널티가 감소되어서 좀 더 난이도가 낮아졌고요. 그리고 소음새도 스킬 모듈은 적에게 피해를 입힐 때 추가 피해를 입히는 교란 소음 효과를 추가하여서 더 공격적으로 수정되었습니다.
We reduced the overall penalty for failing at hitting notes. The noiser skill module became more powerful with the disturbing noise effect that deals extra damage.
네, 그리고 마지막으로 벨비 리워크도 설명 부탁드릴게요.
Last but not least, Valby.
네, 많은 분들이 채팅에서도 벨비 리워크를 외치시는 걸 바로 봤는데요. 네, 벨비는 전반적으로 스킬의 사용성을 개선하는 방향으로 수정이 되었습니다.
Everyone's mentioning Valby on the chat. Overall, our focus was to increase the usability of her skills.
네, 퐁당퐁당의 모션 전환 속도가 빨라지고 그리고 빨래 정리와 헤일 스킬 사용 중에 점프가 드디어 가능해졌습니다.
For instance, faster motion transitions for plop plop and jumping allowed while using cleanup and tidal wave.
네, 이거 정말 크거든요. 정말 마음에 들어요. 점프.
That is something I love it.
네, 그리고 세탁 폭탄은 빠른 연사가 가능해지고 다른 세탁 폭탄을 흡수해서 더 큰 방울로 변하도록 개선이 되었습니다.
When using the laundry bomb, now you can fire faster and absorb other laundry bombs to make larger drops.
네, 그리고 그 외에도 물놀이 스킬 모듈의 범위가 커지고 재사용 대기 시간도 감소했습니다.
Not only that, the water play module now has a wider range with shorter cooldowns.
네, 아직 끝이 아닙니다. 네, 그리고 물 위에 있을 때 항상 정신력이 회복되도록 수정도 되었고 방울탄의 범위도 증가하고 이렇게 바운스 될 때 폭발 범위도 좀 더 늘어나게 되었습니다.
We're not done yet. When Valby is on water, she now always recovers MP. We've also expanded the bubble bullet range as well as the explosion radius on bounces.
네, 그리고 마지막으로 노래하는 물 스킬 모드도 변화가 있습니다. 그래서 물의 유혹 효과가 사라질 때 폭발을 일으키는 기능이 추가되어서 조금 더 효과적으로 사용할 수 있을 겁니다.
So last thing, for the singing water skill module, we've added a feature that triggers an explosion when the seduction of water effect fades.
네, 이번 계승자 리워크를 통해서 제이버, 루나, 벨비가 더 흥미로운 빌드로 활용되기를 기대합니다.
We hope Jayber, Luna, and Valby can be more effectively used in your gameplay with the recent reworks.